tired with nothing to do. I don't know about you, but to me and my God, I got something to prove.
Yeah. It's Jay Zach. Check it. I got some things that keep on running through my mental. Like, why you keep on complicating life? This shit is simple. Break it down, let me tell you the essentials. Write a rap, record, and document so it's official. Law 1. Doesn't matter black, white, brown, rich, gay, straight, poor. You gon' end up in the ground about 6 feet down. You might live till you 100, or you might never make it out to see it past your 20s. Slow it down, son, I know the world is fast paced. That's why I'm out here trying to live it like my last day too.
Alrighty, today is a little bit of a weird day. So we do have a hurricane coming up the east coast of the United States, and it has been raining like it is nobody's business today. So I did wake up and my roof was leaking, so I really didn't have a whole lot of time to pop into the live stream real quick, but got that fixed. I had to go let my friend's dog out. I'm back. So today is going to be a short and quick live stream, nothing special. Maybe 15 to 20 minutes. I didn't have time to set up my green screen and lights and all that stuff, so I don't have the camera on. So unfortunately, you guys don't see my pretty face. But let's go ahead and hop into it. I really don't have a whole lot of time to wait for everybody to load in. But we're kind of just sitting in a grace period, okay? So my main advice being going forward would just be patient. Don't overtrade this. You really don't want to get caught in the crossfire if anything really chooses to happen. So we're going to talk about some of the main points. Obviously, that's what we do here. And I did kind of upgrade the live stream quality. So let me know if there's any issues in terms of skipping frames or whatever it might be. Because I do want it to be higher quality. That way you guys can see the chart easier, get the information easier. But there will be a little bit of a delay. So when you hear me talk, when I answer your message, just know I think it's like 30 seconds to a minute after I saw the message. That's when you'll probably see your answer. So just keep that in mind. But like I said, let's go ahead and start moving through it one by one. Let's go ahead and talk about Bitcoin first. I kind of redid my charts, try to make them look a little bit more clean. But we want to go ahead and just talk about what needs to happen next. So as we predicted, we got up to the 12K level. We got a heavy rejection. Was I expecting a rejection that harsh? Not exactly, but it's gonna happen. When you're in bull markets, which I would presume us to be, with us being above that 10.4, 10.5 resistance, we do have these flash crashes. So be aware of that. Make sure that you're taking your profit at the proper resistances and not giving it any room to breathe. So the main strategy that I've been going with over the past couple of days / the last couple of weeks, I just been waiting for resistances to break and then long in the breakouts and then taking my profits at the next foreseeable resistance. Obviously, we're looking at major supports and resistance here. We're not looking at the 5-minute time frame, all right? So don't get too itchy when it comes to all that. We got rejected at 12K. We had a nice drop down to the 10.5, 10.6 level. I don't know if I'm comfortable saying that is a complete retest. Obviously, it's a nice thing to see a wick off of that region. It does mean that there's relatively strong support in the short term around that region. Now, me personally, I would like to see an average go and retest the 10.5 support resistance. That is going to be better in my eyes than a wick. That shows a lot stronger support. And if we can kind of hold in this general region for a good period of time, it will allow some of the higher time frames to catch up in terms of averages. Because if we go ahead and look at the daily average, let's see where we're sitting at. The daily average is currently sitting at about 11,163, which is pretty good. Let's go ahead and turn the wicks off here. But you can see the daily average did not get to 12K. So we might need a couple days, maybe a week or two of sitting in this 12K to 10.5K region to maintain support, allow the weekly to kind of catch up as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the weekly where we're sitting on the average. The weekly actually is pretty damn close to the next local high. So on the weekly averages, 10,052 is the horizontal resistance of that last retest where we talk about the 10.5K level. But on the weekly averages, as long as we are staying above or around 11,461, that's actually a very, very good sign on the weekly chart. So us sitting in this region for a prolonged period of time, allowing these Hakuneshi candles on the weekly to catch up is a very, very good thing. So don't look at it as a bad thing. Now, next time that we do come back up to the 12K region, I might perhaps try to take a short off of that and play the chop. Right now, with us sitting in kind of a diagonal support, or what you could presume it to be, I just don't feel comfortable longing that support or anything like that. I want to kind of play the horizontal channel. You guys know me, I like to play it safe. But that's how I have the most success in terms of my portfolio in particular. So play into your strengths, guys. So me in particular, I am not really itching to make any particular trades at the moment on Bitcoin. I did try to take a breakout long today once we got above the 11,275 resistance. But unfortunately, we went up past it just a little bit and then got taken back down. So I'm just going to let it be for a little bit, see what kind of forms out of this. But like I said, next time we come back up to the 12K region, I will perhaps try to take a short there and play the chop back and forth, because I do have a feeling that some of these higher time frames do need to play catch up. Let's go ahead and talk about the RSI. Let's see where that's sitting. Now, unfortunately, this is not exactly a good sign, but it is only on the 2 hour. So we were talking about this a couple days ago, how this 50 region on the RSI, you want to see continuous bounces off of the 50 and then get rejected out of the overbought region back and forth to amplify the momentum to keep it going. So unfortunately, we did actually just get a rejection off of the 50. So that's not exactly a straight bearish sign, but it is kind of a sign that we're going to be in some sort of cool down period. Now, if I see a rejection off of the daily on the 50 or a rejection off the weekly on the 50, that is a clear sign that we're going to be macro bearish for a good while. But on the 2 hour, it just means that we need some time to cool off. Next time I see it get above the 50 and then go ahead, get rejected out of the overbought region and get another bounce, we're back into that whole rhythm again. And us coming down below this could have the chance in the future to form a inverse head and shoulders, perhaps. So we might be able to go ahead and get a inverse head and shoulders in the upcoming future. That's what we would hope to see, but who knows if that's going to be the actual reality of it. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to XRP. XRP, it's kind of in a grace period as well. Me personally, besides us coming back down to the 28 cent level, 28 cent, 0.085 cents to be exact. That is the support. So you can see over here on the left side, back in February of 2020, we have this region right here where we created a head and shoulders. So we got the left shoulder here, right shoulder here. So as long as we're holding above that, I do feel pretty confident. So next time we come back down to the 28 cent level, I will perhaps take a long or try to take a long. But in terms of me trying to short this, I just don't see a good, nice resistance for me to go ahead and say to do that. Now, the next key level for XRP is coming up pretty soon, if we can go ahead and continue in that direction. That is at 33.989 cents. Now, that is definitely going to be a breakout long position, 100% going to be a breakout long position. The next major resistance up after that would be about, 33.973 cents. Hold on, I'm getting an error message here. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streamings. I might have to go ahead and drop back the bit rate, perhaps. Are you guys experiencing any skipping in the video or any degradation in quality? Can you guys let me know? So that if I do need to stop it and go ahead and reset it, I can go ahead and do that. But like I said, if not, the next major resistance on XRP would be roughly around 34 cents. Now that would be a breakout long trade with profit being taken around 38 cents. And then if we do happen to break 38 cents, as long as we maintain above that, that would be my if this then that statement. We could see anywhere from 47 to about 48.693 cents. So that is a big gap right there where you could have that really good potential long buy and just kind of sit on it. So the main thing is when you're taking these types of trades, you want to find these regions where you can really break it down into an if this then that statement. So you can say, if this support holds, or if this new support after breaking the resistance holds, then that resistance will be next up, no matter how long it takes to get there. Now, obviously, you do want to factor in, if you are going to be taking a little bit of a hit on funding, but the majority of the time, if you're playing this right, you're going to make substantial amounts of profit anyways. So funding is not going to be the biggest issue if you're holding it for maybe 1-2 weeks. Now, if you're holding a trade for a couple months, yeah, that's definitely going to be something that you want to take a look at, and that's not beneficial to your account in the slightest anyways, because obviously you're not gathering funding, and as well as that, you're not taking advantage of the exponential growth that your account can have. So that's my 2 cents on XRP. Like I said, not really eager to hop into any trades. The only trade that I would be looking at in particular would be perhaps a bounce off of the 28.3 cent support, and perhaps trying to take a long down in that region. But you do want to be careful. That's why, we really have to make sure that we're paying attention to the key levels. And obviously, if it did want to come all the way back down to 23.48 cents, it could. We do want to kind of retest that region, but do we have to? Who knows? It's a little bit farther away than, 10.5 would be for Bitcoin. So I don't think I would like it to come back down that far, but we might have to. Now, EOS is one of the coins that is in a scary place right now. All right. It's not danger zone quite yet, but this horizontal resistance at about 3.01, $3.09. This horizontal resistance is what we want to be above in order to kind of continue on up to $5.43 over the course of a long period of time. Obviously, it's not going to happen instantly. But with us coming back down below that, there is a high potential for this to turn into a head and shoulders and perhaps come back down to some of these lower levels. So unfortunately, until we clear that horizontal resistance, I really can't put a for sure on EOS for a continuous movement upwards. Hopefully, my best guess is if this wants to actually maintain a bullish stance, the target would technically be $2.47. But if we can find support before that, that energy can be transferred actually to the upside, which would actually work in our favor. Just like that whole bearish divergence playing into bullish convergence, that is essentially what you want to see from a actual price action standpoint to confirm that kind of transfer momentum. You want to see a target not get reached and then turn back around and find support and then continue to the upside. So that's what we would have to see if we do want to kind of maintain, bullishness on EOS. But at the current moment, it is actually leaning to the downside with that head and shoulders pattern. So keep that in mind if you are trying to take longs on EOS. All right, Ethereum coming up. Ethereum actually is the best performer out of all of these. We are currently just above one of the current major local highs. So the last local high was at $2.85. Past that point, the next local high is at, did I say $2.80? I'm at $288, roughly. The next major support resistance would be 351. 351, if that continues to hold, I mean, the sky is the limit, guys. The next major resistance in terms of macros, if we continue to hold the 350 level, would be 824. Now, there is a whole bunch of supports and resistances blocking us from that, but they could be, I consider those continuation support and resistances. Obviously, we could use those to form a reversal pattern, but the next major macro would be around the $800 mark. All right, so the next major resistance on Ethereum would be around 404, 403, which is what we got rejected at. After that, it would be about 476. So there is a big gap there between the 404 resistance and around the $500 psychological resistance. So that could be a good potential breakout long if it chooses to break the 404 resistance. So that would be one of the major trades that I'll probably be looking at in the next couple of days. Besides that, if we do come back down to the 351 region, I will perhaps try to take a long off of that. But besides that, it's kind of been the same sort of period as everything else, just kind of cooling off and letting a lot of the higher time frames catch up. So let's go ahead and take a look. The 2-hour RSI is actually still in a good standing. We are still sitting above the 50, but we do have a head and shoulders pattern forming, but we could also form a double bottom. So who knows? I don't want to call anything just yet, but as long as we're sitting above the 50, there is that chance for continuation. So keep that in mind. Keep a look at that 404 resistance. And if you do see it get to around 405, maybe 406, if you do want to take out a potential breakout long, that could be a good idea. Not financial advice, just, my 2 cents on what I would personally do. All right, that's pretty much everything covered. Let's go ahead and get rid of this line right here, and I want that to confuse you. But, I mean, everything's still looking good. We've broken the 3-year-long downtrend on Bitcoin. We just need some time to let the higher time frames catch up before we can have some extreme continuation. I know things have been really hum and buzz the last couple of days. We've had a lot to trade, lots of gains. So I know when it starts to come to a slowdown, there is that itch. But trust me, guys, just let it do what it's got to do. Don't get impatient. Keep the gains that you've made in the past week or two in your pocket. Don't lose them, because this is going to continue if we stay above 10.4. I am extremely bullish with us being above 10.4, and I know it might seem a little early to call it, but if we stay above 10.4, there is that likelihood we break 13K. Once we break 13K, it's on our way to 20K. Once we break 20K, I'm assuming anywhere between $60,000 to $100,000 is a likelihood, just based off of the previous bull runs and how these Adam and Eves have worked out in the past. But who knows? You really can't tell. So that's why I said pay attention to your RSI. I wanted to talk about that before any of this even started. So let's go ahead and get into questions real quick. Like I said, it can't really be that long of a live stream today. So just a couple coins. We can take a look at Chainlink. But let's go ahead and say hi real quick. I didn't really do that today. I'm sorry, guys. Radosh, yo man, Mrs. Bitcoin looks highly unstable. I don't necessarily think so. It doesn't look unstable to me. It just looks like it needs to find stability. You got to let it do its thing. Track stars can't run forever. All right. Esoteric, how you doing, buddy? This storm has everyone going crazy. I'm a few states north of you, and it isn't supposed to be that bad, but people are freaking out. I mean, with good reason. I mean, obviously, there's not going to be that big destruction part of the thing, but obviously, it's going to be raining pretty damn hard for the next couple of days, and it's going to be hard to get out of the house. So I would assume people want to go pick up some stuff. And like I said, my roof started leaking today, and I usually don't have that happen. Get some buckets. Now we got it fixed. It's all good now. Man, I just want to say thank you. I almost doubled my account the past week. That is what's up, man. I'm so happy to hear that. I've been hearing that from a lot of you guys. And like I said, it's you really want to relish in the happiness, but do not get overexcited and start over trading to lose those gains that you have so rightfully made. Keep it patient, keep it simple, and take the smart trades. Play into your strengths. Really find out what that means for yourself personally, and I promise you'll start seeing the gains stack up. Kite, do you see BTC head and shoulder on the 4-hour? Yeah, like I said, potentially. What it seems to me more than a head and shoulders pattern, it seems like a a bear flag that had a fake out to 12K, and now we're back in the bear flag. Like I said, we did have that wick down to the 10.5 region, which did show nice signs of support, but I would be more comfortable having the averages come back down there and kind of create a rounded bottom. That would be more bullish in my eyes than a wick, but we'll just have to wait and see. Madanu, what up, man? How you doing? Sammy Smith, hey Kite, how you doing today? Doing absolutely fantastic. It's been a rainy day. I am still soaked. I've had to go outside to my car and drive across town and do this and this and that, and I've not got a chance to change out of these wet clothes. I just wanted to hop on live stream real quick and get you guys up to date so that there's no questions and you know people aren't freaking out. Let's see. All good. It's buffering. Yeah, I'll have to make sure that things are toned back. I'm trying to stream in 4K, and unfortunately, YouTube doesn't allow a high bit rate. So I just want to make sure that the charts were more easily seen for you guys going forward. There's a little bit of buffering once or twice, but it's nothing bad. All right, as long as it's good. What's up, Kite? Hope all is well, my friend. Everything is doing fantastic, man. I mean, the portfolio has not been looking better, and with us breaking this 10.5K region, I am so excited for the future. I can't even tell you guys. I'm trying to keep my, over the top bullishness to a minimum. But I can tell you guys without a doubt, anybody that knows anything about technical analysis, with us being above that 10.4K level, it is a huge deal. I don't know how you can be bearish at a time like this. Obviously, there's always the chance for anything. If we do cross back down below that 10.4K level, I will have to look at things differently. But in the time being, I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. Before we go, let's go ahead and take a look at Chainlink. Is this the right thing? I don't know. Oh no, isn't it just a link? Yeah, there we go. Looks pretty good to me. So we talked about this last time. So let me make sure, is this all, like, this is always the question I have. Is this all of the price action? Because if it is, it's still pretty damn bullish. All right, so we did create a nice solid support around $7. So we are kind of actually getting past the last local resistance at about $8.71. Now, unfortunately, this candle is actually about to close, so this would actually look like a good breakout trade as long as we can stay above this last average. I would be careful and, kind of set a more comfortable stop loss because I'm pretty sure this is all of the price action and this is just price discovery. So you can be a little bit more lenient with your stop loss, maybe about a 4%. And kind of let it ride. If we can get up to these crazy numbers, the next 100%, that could be a 27 restored ratio. Obviously, you can't leverage trade this, or I don't know a platform that you can leverage trade it on. But that would just be a nice trade in general, as long as we can hold that average from that last high. But with that being said, it's still looking good. Like I said, this has been a no-brainer the last couple of days. I told you guys, if we got past this last local high over here, if you can get a good buy-in, it was just a no-brainer. Just hold on to it. That's what you want to do in occasions like these. When you get into price discovery, don't try to mess with it, man. I know there's that urge to take profits because people are so afraid, but really you have to, nut up. If you are above your last all-time high and you're in price discovery, just hold on to it, man. Just hold on to it. Like I said, if you're really concerned, go out to the daily, go out to the weekly, look at the 50 on your RSI. And when you see that rejection off of the 50, then you can go ahead and start looking at cashing out your profits. But you have to be confident. If you're going to be a trader, be a trader. Don't be a wuss. That doesn't mean make dumb decisions. It just means that when the right decisions come up and the right opportunities, don't, piss them away. That's all I gotta say. XLM. We'll take a look at XLM, and then we'll probably head out for the day. So I am, like I said, sorry guys about the smaller live stream, well, shorter live stream today. But it's just a simple fact. I just have to do so because I got a lot of other stuff to do tonight. But let's see. It does look like we're actually in a pretty good stance here. So we had this rounded bottom here. Well, I guess you could say triangular bottom. But you know, in trading that would be considered a rounded bottom. So we got above the 8.7 cent resistance here. So now we're going to start moving up. Like I said, that would be a buy and hold position. The next local high would be 14 cents. So you could either do smaller trades in between, but with an altcoin like this, I don't think there's anybody out there leverage trading this. So like I said, you want to break this down into an if this then that statement. My advice would be, my personal if this then that statement would be, if we can hold above this last resistance at about 8.7 cents, I would probably take some profit around the 14 to 17 cent resistance region, where we kind of flipped between support right here to resistance right here. I would kind of take my profit around that region. Now, if we did get past 17.38 cents, you would potentially re-enter. You know, I say long, but you would just re-enter or add to your portfolio. But yeah, that's pretty much my 2 cents on XLM. EWT. Okay. EWT. That'll be the last coin that we take a look at. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this, personally. I mean, you have one support resistance here. I mean, it's pretty much in the same category. As long as you hold above this resistance, and I really can't tell you what that number is or put it into dollar amounts. This is Satoshis actually. So 79,000 Satoshis. If you can hold above that support and resistance, I guess the sky's the limit. Yeah, I don't know anything about this coin, but I guess. Crazy Kangaroo, appreciate you, man, but I don't know what to do with this. There's not a whole lot to go off of. All right, guys, with that being said, I appreciate your time. I know there might have been some hiccups in terms of like the stream quality and everything, but I'll make sure that that's fixed for next time. This was kind of just a trial run, but I do appreciate your time today, guys. As always, if you guys do want to support the channel and support giveaways in the future, there is the Bybit affiliate link in the description. It allows me to create, collect a small portion of your fees off of Bybit that you pay anyways, and I can put that back into giveaways for the channel. So that's pretty much it, guys. And as always, like I said, be patient, wait for the smart trades. Do not piss away the gains that everybody has made in the past couple of days. I know my portfolio is looking sick right now, so I'm assuming that your guys' is too. So please, please don't make me feel bad if you guys start getting into bad positions. All right. I'm trying my best to make sure that I don't FOMO or get into any bad positions. And I did share my chart to you guys multiple times, once on the last live stream, and then 2 times over the Telegram. So you guys are free to look at that chart, but make sure you guys are doing some critical thinking. Don't just copy my trades because you see them. Really see if, you agree with me. That's the main part. I want you to put some critical thinking into it, because that's the whole purpose of this. You guys need to learn so that I don't feel the pressure of always trying to, make your decisions. So as always, I appreciate you guys very, very much. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Hopefully it's not, raining cats and dogs, and hopefully the power doesn't go out. I don't know how long this storm is supposed to be in this region. So we'll see. But I appreciate you guys very much. And as always, trade safe. Have a great day, guys. Stay safe, you guys. If you guys are on the East Coast of the United States, don't want you guys to get wrecked by this storm. So, all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and transition to the music part of the stream. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Peace out, guys. Love you.
No excuses, we got to do it, 'cause I'm the cure. don't tempt me. It's been raining for so long, I don't feel I'm empty. I've been up waiting all night pacing, feel like I'm escaping. I feel it hurting and I'm burning, think the ceiling's fading. It's been a burden, all my words are turning back against me. I feel it yearning, so I'm working, it's the only safety.
I was born underneath the street light, next to a Navajo shaman puffing the peace pipe, blowing the cloud of peyote smoke in my face, straight blessing me. Of course, he must have been foreshadowing my destiny. Mother was a crack whore named Stephanie, and by the time I was 4, I was an accessory. No one ever respected me, and this was the recipe. Out the back of the pharmacy, pseudoephedrine and methazine. By 6, I was a known dealer, at my daddy's factory job next to the meal truck. Whites in my family needed glass, the blacks all needed crack. I was like, come on over and you can feel what you need, cause I got it, I'm holding it, I'm about it. My cousins love me cause I never judge them from what they shot into their veins. Black tar as quick as a NASCAR, need a fix, I can fix it quick, cause bitch, I'm the cure.
I'm the cure, I'm the cure. Cause I've been feeling all weird and the world feels wrong to me, but music keeps us free from the bullshit that they feed us. A lot of thoughts on your mind, better leak it out. Turn a song up loud, let's speak it out. I'm user-friendly. I'm user-friendly.
You can change it anytime you want. It's only a choice. No effort, no work, no job, no savings of money. A choice right now between fear and love.
And then you have to go, nope, you lose. You can't do it. You need help. And at that point, that's the beginning. And then, you know, once you do that, you're out and running.
Yeah, I did it all on my own, no promo. I got fans getting tags on my logo. I remember when nobody came to my shows, but I kept on coming back like a yo-yo. In high school, they would laugh, try to label. Eating lunch with nobody at my table. Everyone I used to doubt got a day job. I just made a few stacks up from merch drop. It's about time that they go and take me serious. If you not